Hello, hello. Welcome back. My name is Josh. This is Composing Live. We are in a new episode, continuing where we left off last time with the Game of Thrones theme. Welcome back. This is Composing Live, where we have an up close and personal look at how music is made. And I'm really excited to get this one going. Last week, we started this track, Game of Thrones. You guys probably seen it. If you haven't, check it out. It's on HBO Max. One of my favorite shows of all time, and kind of give you a little glimpse of the opening title sequence. I'll be playing that with the music in a little bit. But, anyways, that is Game of Thrones. Before we start, I do want to just mention real quick that I have a new website up. I've always had a website, but at this point, I've spent some time to recreate and make it better, bigger and better. So I wanted to show you just a little bit of that. If you go over, actually, let me actually type that in so you guys can all see that. I put a without the HTTP, but that should still link it up. Hey, Guy, good to see you. Good evening. And over here, if you just type in sonecompositions.com, you'll be able to see that as well. And just to give you a preview, I've have like a home page where you can see all the latest and greatest projects that I've been working on, all these movies in the last couple of years. And then there's some bios, but before going into bio, I'll go into the portfolio, just kind of give you a little glimpse of how that looks. So if you guys ever were curious of what I'm up to these days, you can hear all the music that I've been producing, all the films, TV, music production libraries that I've been a part of. And these are my past, previous experiences as a music editor generally. So these are stuff that I worked as an assistant generally, and some not just with my tenure as a composing assistant, but with other people as well. So just a glimpse of everything. Some games. This is a video game that I'm working on currently called Moniker. I actually asked the developers if it's okay to mention that, and they're like, "Yeah, totally." And then there's some songs. There's a little collaboration contact page. So if you guys ever wanted to hire me for anything, you can do so. For those who are composers, this probably wouldn't be the page to contact me. If you were wanting to learn more, you can go onto this page, education. There's a little section for private lessons. I do offer lessons now. My rate is $80 an hour. You guys can go to that page and set up a lesson with the times. This is all through Calendly, and we would do a remote video call together. Other than that, there's a store. Eventually, I'm going to flesh these out as well. I have some transcriptions that I've been selling up on Sheet Music Plus and things like that, Sheet Music Direct. I did a transcription of Howl's Moving Castle, which was actually in a live stream maybe 40 episodes ago. And so that was one. And then the imitation game, I also put up the sheet music too, with some help of a friend who helped me put that all together. So yeah, these are just some sound recordings and whatnot that you guys can download the MP3 files. You can also just find these on Spotify. Um, Eventually, I do want to mention that I have a free section that I'm going to offer, and the free section will have a lot of things that people have been asking me over the years. One is definitely the MIDI or even Cubase sessions of some of these live streams I've been doing. I'm happy to do that. I think I would probably release only the ones that are mock-ups or recreations, like this Game of Thrones, for instance. I'd be happy to do that. So if you guys are interested in having the actual sessions that I've been working on, now Cubase offers a what do you call a DAW session. It's like dot DAW. I forget what it's called actually, but Cubase 14 just released that, and that makes it so it's more compatible with other DAWs. So I probably will start doing that now. It's really exciting that we come to a place finally where like Studio One and Bitwig can read Cubase sessions through this universal file template. Hopefully, Logic and Pro Tools, maybe, and who else am I missing? Maybe Fruity Loops. Hopefully, everyone will be on board with that, because that's going to make life easier down the road for everyone. But anyways, that's also a thought. So that's something that I'll be putting out on my free thing. If anything else comes across, just feel free to check out the website. Let me know what you think, and if there's anything else to add, let me know. And thanks, Guy Shard just said I can recommend consultation with Joshua. That's very nice of you. I appreciate it. Yes, I work with Guy Shard, and he's been an awesome person to work with, and you should check out his channel as well, by the way, if you haven't already. And he has some great music. So thank you for the support. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So this is Game of Thrones Part 2. Let's go ahead and just play you where we left off last time. Here we go. Okay. I'm hearing the other stuff. Anywho, I think there are a few things that change. First off, let's get the timing on the violin over here a little bit tighter with the cello. By the way, I caught a cold recently. I'm just been feeling under the weather these past few days, so I'm not gonna talk as much. I'll just work. Feel free to ask any questions, and I'll take a moment to answer anything that you guys see, or that if you see something is what I meant. Okay, so let's play that with this together. Tighten that up right there. This is it should be there. It's like a little slide, but it's just not convincing here. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Maybe that helps. Awesome. Thanks, Guy. Yeah, I spent a moment to take a look at the settings. Also, it helps to speak closer to the mic, so I'll try to do that more. Let's see here. And then this too. Actually, that's good. Maybe it's this cello. There you go. Okay, next thing, let's just fix anything that bugged me earlier. This little section here, this ethnic string stuff, sounds good. I think it's a bit loud. So what I'll do is, let's see. I mean, it wasn't this first one. It was a second note that was a bit loud to me, but maybe overall we just tuck it down like that, and then maybe this one we, as a section, we just take that down even more. Anyway, let's listen to that. Okay, let's see. There's that, and then there's this. So this one's really the culprit, I would say. Let's take all of this entire thing down in the CC7 data. See if that works. Let's listen to that. Is it that one or is it this one? Maybe it's this one. The sitar just sounds loud. It could be because of this right here. Alright, let's go ahead and take that down just a bit. It's a little better. Okay, cool. A thought occurred to me too that maybe we add some dulcimer. Something like that. Not sure if that's necessary, but let's try. Alright, I was just performing it, but might as well do this retro record thing, and let's see if that helps. Yeah, I'm not sure. That'd probably be the best range. Okay, and then we'll just double that. So maybe we put this down with everything else so it's just easier to see. So we go like that, even though it's not a Far East string ensemble per se in this folder, but it'll work. So we do it here. Okay. So that's one thing. All right. And then there's still something about one of these. This one lingers quite a bit, and I'm thinking, is it because of this mod wheel? No, the mod wheel actually is a cutoff filter. In East-West, they do that where CC1 is like I think it's a high-pass filter, and so the higher you go, the more high-pass filter it engages. In some ways, that's good, so that's why I had this going like that. But let's see. Anyways. Good. Okay. The only other note I would say is with the drums. It might be a hair loud. So let's go ahead and just take everything from here on out with these guys over. Let's see. Maybe we highlight and glue them at this point. Okay. So let's go ahead and see how loud that is. Overall, not bad. This one doesn't have a like a listing on it, so let's make sure we put that in as well. Okay, so going back to our four instruments here. I think I took it down already. So this one has a nice punch, but it can go just slightly down. Let's see here. Okay, the cello solo is panned to the right. I'm just gonna double check how that sounds with the original recording, which I had put up already. Let's go ahead and listen to that. That's what I was afraid of. So, excuse me. I think we need to pan. Well, if you want to stay true to the recording, probably should pan that cello over. So I'm gonna go find that real quick over here, and we'll just use CC10 data to change that. Okay, now it's closer to where it was before in the recording. Did I record that in? I don't think I did, which is interesting. Let me just solo that. There we go. So I'm just moving the pan over. Sounds more center, I would say. But it's it's weird. I think I need a rather than this as much, maybe I need to narrow the image. So let's do that trick. We'll narrow the image here. Good. Make sure that we add some reverb to that. Give it a little bit of a bump. Good. Now, the reason why I brought down the drums was mainly here. Actually, the drums sounded so loud compared to this. Now that we got the drums in a more contained manner, I feel like the high strings are a bit loud. It was loud earlier because it was compensating for the loud drums. Now that we brought that down, this sounds kind of I don't know, untamed. It sounds a bit much. I can shape it too. Let's hear it. And there's also this one. Oh, actually, no, this is the... That's that. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it sounds a lot better. Let's go ahead now, and that was just taking the volume down just a cinch, but it all adds up. So now we can go ahead and listen to the next section. And really today, we're gonna finish this section here and have a nice ending to it. And then if we have time, I usually go about 2 hours. Sometimes I go 3 hours, depending. But I don't think I'm gonna go that long. Within the 2 hours, if we finish earlier than that, I'll spend some time just mixing, and I'll use my monitors, my studio monitors, to do a little bit more low end type of work. But yeah, I think this will be fun. Let me bring my seat up. It's kind of low today. Oh, okay. So let's listen to the recording. Okay, also, there might be something that we need to add. It already sounds different. There, it sounds like a bit warmer, a bit thicker somehow. Oh, I'm hearing an octave doubling below, probably in cello or trombone or both. Okay, we'll fix that. Okay, I'm gonna stop there just for a second. Let's look at the melody. Oh, boom. Okay, so really long notes, all whole notes there. And then the second half. Okay, so that's important to put down. But let's listen to the other stuff real quick. Going back to this, there's that string ostinato, like a kind of a short sounding one. Let's see. A lot of dynamics there at the end. Okay, so really cool stuff. I would say it's really hard to make a theme that is very memorable, but yet it doesn't have to be so complicated. Like it has a like more simplicity to it. Those are the hardest to make, I think, to make it sound well. I think Ramin Djawadi did a great job, and hence why he is where he's at. Okay, let's go ahead to a few things, noting the chords first before anything else. So, going back to our melody, this will help. This kind of helps guide us where everything is. Um, let's go an octave higher. Now, is that I want to say it's A flat. So we have that, and then this goes. I can just play that, E flat, like that, and then I'll go back to the piano. Interesting. Let me listen to it again. Okay, so the next one would be F minor, and then last one would be C minor. Excuse me. Okay, so and then after that little run, you have or not sure, maybe A flat. Um, it ends with a C minor, so let's put that in. I want to say it starts with this A flat. Let's listen to the recording. I think the bass line was doubling there. Let's see. So I'm hearing F, 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 G, G, G on the notes that are underneath here. So actually, it's like a seventh below that. I'm assuming then this would be a F minor, like so. And then this would be either a C, no, probably be like a G. Let's double check. G minor, F minor. G major, G minor. Let's see. I want to say G major. Okay, so then it probably repeats back again. So over here, you have your A flat on this chord actually. Okay, so is this right? Okay, so we have our chords laid out. I believe that's correct. It might be small little embellishments of these chords, but that's, I think, the right chords. So then we have the next point is maybe doing the bass line, because the bass line is pretty easy. Bass line actually is similar to what we had in the beginning. So over here, or actually it's over here in this yellow purple box. It's kind of doing this thing again. So I'm just gonna go over, and even if it's the wrong velocities and all, and the notes, let's put it in, and we'll change these notes as we go. Oops. Oh man. Sometimes I get in this weird chord track tug of war here. I forgot that sometimes when you press enter, it'll like detect the chords with the other things that are happening, and it gets so crazy. So to combat that, I like to lock the chord track, and you don't have to deal with that. All right, going over here, we have. So let's see if we're gonna bring both of these down velocity wise. Let's compress, or yeah, let's compress. We'll go, let's say 50%, and bring it down. Is that too much? Let's try it and see how that sounds. So first notes, I think, since these are in octaves, pretty straightforward. We have. All right, so we're gonna have to double check that with the recording. So I think it's a root C. Sometimes it's hard to hear because there's a lot of things masking it, but I'm just going with my gut here. So I hear. Well, let's fix this too. We have A flat. I hear this F to G, and then I think I heard maybe a low C. It makes probably more sense to go high. Anywho, I'm not sure if that's playing with this recording or not. So make sure this is all soloed first. Yeah, it sounds like it's going down, but that's really low. So I'm kind of, maybe it's unison. I don't know. Okay, let's try this for a second. All right. So first off, I shouldn't be hearing anything besides bass because that's all I have. So I think it'll just play in the recording. Let's double check. Let's delete all these guys. Yeah, we'll delete this while we're at it. This one too. All right. This kind of helps clean up some things, make sure we're not we have notes that we don't want. Okay. It could be a unison like that. Let's do that again. And then I believe the second time around it probably plays the same thing. We can revisit that. Let's go ahead and put that in for now though. And I'm gonna go ahead and just observe what else we need to do here. So first off, these are doubling all the way through, huh? So these are just string ensembles. In some ways, I'm thinking, what would it sound like if I assigned one of these to a voice like a cello, and then the other one was the bass. And if we were to do that, that might actually make it sound better in some excuse me, in some ways it can make it sound better. So I'm going to try it and see how that would sound like. Okay. Did I do that? I did the opposites, right? No, I didn't. Okay, so let's see here. Let's think about this. Let's go the opposite actually on these guys. So if I hold down control, that didn't do it. Like that. Sometimes if it's cleaner, it'll sound better. Layering isn't always the best. It just kind of depends. So I'm going with my hunch here. See if this will do anything. Okay, let's take it over here. Okay, so now I'm just debating if I should try a different note. I'm not sure if I hear that. It's really hard to hear. In some ways, you could make it work if you just dial that down a bit. And then maybe here. Yeah, I don't know, because this isn't actually a cello sample. This is an ensemble patch, so there's some trade-offs there. If I were to assign it to a true cello ensemble, that would probably help. But then that means I have to open up some new samples. Let's try it. So we have Pacific cello. I'm just curious how that would all play together. So let's try like this. Okay, all of my key switches are assigned. Anywho, yeah, there's some things to think about there. I don't even hear anything. That's probably because it's not turned on. I don't know. Let's try it. I thought I turned it on with these controls I have, but sometimes it doesn't always work. There you go. Okay. The reason why I split it to a the specific cello here is because of this. This will sound better because it's not assigning or splitting it to bass on the ensemble patch all of a sudden. It stays with the cello all the way through. I think that's the best way to do that. Ideally, I mean, I would put this to a bass as well. Should we just do that? Jaeger. Well, while we're here, I mean, let's do it for now. Oops. Jaeger strings. Okay, I have my bass. Here we go. And I did this. I'm not sure why I went with Jaeger all of a sudden. But I'm just going to stick with that. Okay, and is it gonna turn on? Let's see. Yeah, it's strange. That button doesn't want to work. Let's try this one. There you go. Okay, so here we go. That's a little section there. I don't know how it ends, if the bass tails out with a sustained note or anything, but let's work on the ending separately. Let's go to the drums for a second. Let's add the easy stuff in for now. Before I add drums, let's just listen to the drum beat. Okay, let's listen to the beat right before it. Okay, so it's different. So we're gonna have to do a few things there. First off, we'll just cut that out as well as this. Put that in. Let's listen to this beat. Let's bring up these guys at the end. Jun jun. Okay. Same thing. Let's see here. So let's double that. Just keep that all the same. Dun dun dun. Okay. A bit loud. Let's see. Okay. And then there's this one too. Maybe we hit that as well. Okay, so this gets less busy. We'll simplify this a bit. I'm going to listen to the recording just to get that in my ear. I think I hear a break drum or something like that. Okay. Oh. So we'll start with this instrument. I don't know why I keep doing that over here. Okay, so this one keeps doing that dun 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 every other time. So dun. Let's see. Well, bring it down just a bit, and let's see. Dun. Dun. Dun dun dun. Well, maybe do that instead. Dun 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 dun. Maybe not so much. Okay, let's do that for this one. Okay, let's look at the next beat. Hmm. Oops. Something like that. Bum. It's not. What if I go bum bum bum? Yeah, bum bum bum. Okay, so dun na 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 jun jun jun. We have to have that jun jun jun. Hmm. They sound quite different. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Okay, let's try that. But maybe, let's see. Yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Dun 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 dun. So, let's do this. Dun 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 dun. So that part needs to change a little bit. Dun 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 dun. So we'll keep that. Okay, so we have that. Maybe we did that here too, the bodhran. So bum, keep this going. Okay, so something like that. Although I think I flipped it. I think I need to go do it here instead of there. Okay, so I'll flip that and then same thing here. Let's kind of simplify it. I feel like it if it's like quieter, I'm not sure if it's quieter or just more stripped down on certain moments. So that bum bum. Let's see. It's not even like dun 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 all the way either. Let's see. Okay, and then here dun dun dun. Let's bring that up a bit. Oh, I see. So this needs to go dun 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 like that. Okay. All right, and then second half is the same. Oops. Like so. And then the ending changes. Boom. I think that works pretty well. The bodhran though might be just a bit bright overall. Maybe we bring that down in the mix or just overall CC data. I say overall CC data. Okay. Cool. All right, we're gonna do that again. Double that. Okay. There's one other thing, maybe a couple things. There's a metal sound I'm hearing. Sounds like a anvil or a brake drum. Perks of being a percussionist growing up, you got to play all this stuff, so you kind of hear those sounds in your head. I'm just gonna turn on these guys. So let's try that first. It might be in the beginning too. Now that I'm thinking, there was like a kind of a bright metallic-y sound in some of these beginning sections of every new area. It might have something like that there too. Anyways, there's definitely one in the backbeat. It's kind of like that. Let's see. Let's listen to other sounds. Oh, hello. Sounds like cowbells. This is not the right. Oh, I have it listed here as C2. That's the only sound. That's it. So. Okay, let's listen to the recording and see which one sounds closest to. It sounds like a alternating between two different sounds. So again, here's the east-west one, and it's panned to the right as well. So let's pan it over now, around there. Oh. I kind of like these sounds better. Okay, so I did that in different velocities, but I think I liked it more on the beginning side, more in that loudness. So let's bring it up just a bit on all of that. Okay, bring up this one in particular. This one doesn't ring as much as the other one, which isn't a big problem, but maybe we just kind of bring up more of that, dial some of the highs down. Okay, so that's one sound. Was there might have been one on the very downbeat of this. It sounds more like a scrape of a brake drum or even a gong. I don't think I have anything like that though. I have impacts, but I don't have any slides. So to get around that, maybe we just do a gong slide. Something like that. It's a little behind the beat. A little bit better. Okay, great. So we do that again here, right? Okay. Let's while we're here, let's listen to other percussion sounds. I definitely hear some kind of dulcimer here now. Sounds like the dulcimer is doubling in those strings. That's interesting. Was there a gong or orchestral swell here? No, there isn't. Interesting. Okay. So there's a gong hit here. Should we add that in now? Sure. Let's do that now with the same gong sample. See. So octave higher. Gotta hit it harder. It's a bit behind the beat. Let's bring that down slightly, and I think we got it. Something like that. Okay. And we can add more later to the percussion. I just want to kind of get in the ballpark area while we're here. Great. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if there's snare or anything else there. Let's go to the maybe the melody at this point, and then we can fill the rest in. Okay, so melody. Let's refresh. Who's playing what? Choir. I think violins again. Okay, so sounds like the cello, like even the solo cello, as well as cello, maybe viola. Okay, sounds like viola is playing on the second half. I'm not sure of the first half. Okay, yeah, first half too. Maybe violin 2 is playing with viola here on the ostinato. Okay, one more time. It's interesting. I think it's following the same format as before, but violin 1 and cello 1 are playing together in octaves, which I probably should do here. I mentioned that. We'll have cello playing the line right there. But also, we got to do that over here, I believe. So this stuff that I spent so much time on earlier, I'm not entirely sure if I need that anymore. In that case, we need to bring this all up. Anywho, it gives me some realizations on a few things. Okay, so cello and violin 1 have to play, which means I have to take all of this, bring it down here in octaves. Okay, let's shape that real quick. And then this is the melody right over here. I can memorize this, or I could play, just copy it. I'm kind of feeling like a copy mood right now, just because I'm still not 100%, still sick a little bit. So let's just get this going, and yeah, let's go like this. Bring it in just a tad. Lengthen that out just a tad. Here we go. Although that didn't read any of my data. Let's try again. I see. Okay. We'll do a little crescendo at the end. Okay. What else? So some of these notes here can come in just a little earlier. Okay. So we'll copy some of that over into violin 1. Like that. Okay. Violin 1 should be like that, and then on the second time it goes higher, I think. I'll take the metronome off. Crescendo. There's some certain things in the beginning of this that's a little too loud. And then here too. Okay. Then let's add the chorus in there. Wherever you are. Okay, over here. So I also had a thought. This is still kind of behind the beat. Yep. Okay, sounds better. Same thing. So take a snippet of this and bring it over to the choir. I'm not sure about. I think the choir stays in that octave. I can't imagine it can go an octave higher. There might be a harmony there, so that's something to think about. Let's take a moment to see if there's a harmony here that we can try. just gonna try to level that a little more. Okay, so on this section, what if we added a harmony? So here's our chords up here. We'll do in third, maybe. That's low for female. Alto can probably hit that. I mean, maybe we bring it down a little bit on the alto. That's cool. Either we go up and in unison. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so then we bring this down just slightly. Hey, Cheyenne. Welcome. Well, yeah. we'll try that for now. Even though is that going to be 100% right? I don't know. I like that little harmony thing though. It'll get disguised more with everything else that's playing. Maybe we can change a note or two from that line, but we're overall pretty good. Okay. So, first off, let's look at the this ostinato pattern that's happening. The dee da dee 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 da. Okay, I might have to hear that a few times, and then going to what we were doing here. Excuse me. I have this over here playing that. Oh yeah. Also, strings are doubling, so whatever I have here should be doubling here. Although I'm gonna have to match that in volume in a little bit. Before we're doing that, let's look at these components. So we have this one. Oh. And then this one. Okay, so we have this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's start with the viola line, which is basically these two. Interesting. I think there's a third line that I'm missing. There sounds like it's like violin 2 or violin 1 split with the melody, or maybe there's 3 violin parts. Maybe it's violin 1, 2, and 3. Anywho, that's something to consider. Anywho, I'm hearing something else. All right. Ostinato. Okay, weird. Did I get the notes wrong? Maybe I did. Dee da dee 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 da dee 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 da. I think I got this wrong. Something something isn't jamming. Oh, partly is because this also has to play that. Let's see. Oh, okay, so I got this wrong. No wonder. That and then. Well, let's see. Let's see what this is doing real quick. Ah, interesting. And then here, interesting. Huh. I think everything else should be okay. Okay. Anyways, that's important to fix because then everything leads into this next part. Listening back on the original recording, let's see here. Ooh, okay, so is it going down in like a sequence? Maybe I do this with the piano. So sorry to hear that one. Anyways. Dun, dun, dun. So that's the only part I'm not sure about. Oops, try again. And right there. I think it's just doing that. Okay. Is that it? So let's try again from the top. It sounds like we're going. Huh? Oh. Well, okay, what happens here? Okay. Okay. Here we go. Let's add that in. I would say both of them are playing that. Let's see. Yeah, in unison, I believe. Okay, let's start with the high, the viola line, and it's kind of tedious to put this in. I'm just debating if I should like copy a line and just put it in that way, or should I just play it? So if I were to play it, let me try this. I'll slow it down. I'll practice it. Let's try one or two times like this and see if I can do it. Oh, that's really slow. Let's try again. I don't know if I can do that slow. Let's break this down a little bit. Let's try again. Okay, I can do this. Okay. More or less there. Timing is hard to do with this click that's on. It's not really the 6/8 or 12/8, so it's kind of throwing me off. Let's see here. And then I did a hard quantize. Okay, good. And some of this is not right. Okay, let's speed it up. Push it in front of the beat a little bit. Okay. All right, let's shape that just a little bit. I think this needs to be a little bit louder towards the middle and sections, and then I'll shape that with the volume. Cool. All right. Now, this is actually kind of low, and then I think is doubling octaves here. No, it's not. It's that low. Okay, so string, viola can play that, and also violins can play that because it's going down to G. G is the lowest note of the violin, so that works. Let's do that again, and let's bring it to violin 1, or I should say violin 2. It's weird because there's a split here that I heard in the little section right before it, and it's an octave, so it's like maybe it splits. So violin 2 splits here, and then it goes back into unison to the next part here. Something like that, and you know, in terms of the volume, we can retain a lot of that. Okay, so then we do it again, basically. Although the second half might be a little different, so we may have to wait on the copy and paste part. Let's look at the doubling of all of this down here. So I've doubled this with a Spitfire line, and this is more, I would say, legato compared to this one, but I think together it sounds nice. So let's go ahead and double that down here. Okay. Yeah. Put on the big one. Cool. So, what the difference with this and the other one is this actually has a mod wheel we can put play around with for the MIDI stuff, programming. So let's do that. I'm just gonna try to level this a little bit better. Okay. Let's do a pass. Maybe do a pass on both. Sometimes you can save time by merging these together. Okay, and it might be slightly loud. So let's bring this down. Could be in the velocity slightly too. Okay, let's see how that sounds. Yeah, that's so weird. This part's kind of the most questionable one. I mean, it makes sense that it lands on the F, but maybe it's the notes leading up to it that's not right. Let's see. it's right. Maybe this note just needs to be a little shorter. And I gotta do that for the other side too, which is it here. So maybe it's just not as long. And it's just so marcato. What if I went sustain on it? Yeah, then you kind of lose that. Honestly, I can just probably bring all this up. This doesn't affect the marcato at all, so might as well. This is kind of the little quirks of programming something. Sometimes you have to do weird things like this. It works. So it softens up that F. Before the F was just a bit bright and kind of distracting for that moment. Cool. Now let's listen to this second half to see if it's the same, and if it changes, there might be a little variation here. So let's listen for that. No, I think it's the same. So let's go ahead and take that on each side. Go like this. We're gonna bring it over here. And then do this for that side as well. Bring it over. There's one thing that changes is this part here. It goes up. Well, it just kind of does that little doubling again. So we go here and we put it somewhere there. Right here. Dee-da. Okay. Also, I just realized on this little transition right before it goes back to this line, this should just go. It should probably just go dee da da. There you go. Interesting. And then here, does it go higher than that? It does. So maybe it splits off and goes like this. Something like that. Viola stays down though. So here. Like that. Yeah, that could work. And then this stuff is a bit long. Just not so long. Yeah. And is this right? Oh. Da da da. Yeah. Let's make sure that's there too. Okay. Um, let's see what else. We have some mids that we're missing, so we don't have any brass mids. I think percussion, we need to revisit that as well. There's some certain sounds I'm hearing in the original recording now. This is the mid strings. For some reason, I have this. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, okay. That's confusing because I have this. So, what if we got rid of this? Just leave it to the brass. And have the brass kind of fill that in. Maybe even bassoon. Yeah, I have a woodwind ensemble patch. That's probably all we need. If I were to double some woodwinds with this section in particular, and then we can maybe fill in the woodwinds in the other sections. But if we were to do that here, let's see how that would sound. So this is like, yeah, bassoon range. Okay, here we go. Let's listen to that. Oh yeah. Let's make sure that this is in replace mode. Okay. So if this was all kind of playing at the same time, maybe we duck it down a little bit. Then we could use this as our. I should. It's not like really mids, is it? It's almost like the more of the low frequency that we're filling in, but we kind of have to do that for this next section. Although these aren't the right chords, this is the lazy person's way of doing it. But let's just see how this would sound real quick. So there are some things to consider in the melody. Da, da, na, 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 and then you have this. We're kind of doing that in the second part too. So somewhere there, I need to put that into this part too. Anywho, we'll figure that out. Okay. Oh, hello. A flat. Maybe we go up. Okay. And then same thing. Yeah, I don't know if that's right. Okay. We'll play around with the chords here and listen back after. And then just harmonize that. this is where that I don't know. I want to say it's G major, so the natural B, excuse me, but it's more. It could be more voice leading. So like, what if I went like that? I could also omit the B in a sense, or the B is playing really quiet. I don't know. And then here's your C. For some reason, I don't have anything on the. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is a part where it goes. So there's a really low brass, which would be this one. Something like that. Okay. So while that's going on, let's look at the other line. Let's color this differently. Let's go like that. We'll call make this orange. Okay, so orange and red. Orange is the upper brass. Okay, and then woodwinds, we have something else going on. Maybe that. All right, and oh, I should also grow into that. My bad. Like maybe a little earlier. Like so. Okay. Here we go. A little bit more on that. Something like that. Cool. That's the energy we want. Hey Kyodan, how's it going, man? One of my favorite series of all time, Game of Thrones. Awesome. I am watching it for the second time myself. Maybe try open up the voice to closed voice on chord variations: A flat open, E flat closed. Yeah, that's kind of yeah. I think that's what you mean, right? Open, closed, that kind of thing. I'm gonna listen to this recording here and see. I don't think I got the right voicing though. We'll see if I'm too high or if it's overpowering or anything like that. I think mine might be a little too rich. Let's see. Right there. I'm gonna actually let me mute this for a second. Let's listen to this. Okay, so first off, it's not a G. What's that? And this goes down to C. Okay, so first off, that's something I need to adjust. Okay, so let's shape this line a little bit more. This needs to be a little more present. Oh, let's try again. Okay. Let's see. That A flat, is it? That's good. Although, okay. All right. Brass section in root position with alternating voicing. Alternation voicing. Let's listen to the mid brass. Yeah, I kind of like alternating that idea. Or whatever sounds good, but I'm thinking, yeah, kind of closing in on every other section. Let's see. Oops. So it'd have to be that low. Interesting. Wonder how that would sound. Okay, and then let's listen to this chord. Right, and this kind of omits that third. And that one doesn't omit the third, but it kind of hides it a little bit. I kind of like that. In that case, then we do something like this, and let's try that. Okay, so then we could do that again over here. Oh, sorry, I copied the wrong spot. Let's do that over here again. Okay, I'm just gonna change this a bit so it transitions a little more smooth. And let's just listen back on this recording. Here we go, starting on the second half. Okay. So maybe a little more dynamic towards the end, like more crescendo. Let's listen. Just a lot more brass there at the end. So I'm gonna really give it some juice there. First off, let's see if we can do it in CC1 first, and then maybe a little more there. Okay. Okay, that should do it. Let's do that with our bassoons. Okay. Also with everything. These are decent. Maybe go a little more. And then in the velocities as well. That might be a little too much. Okay, I'm going to add a compressor there, so it tucks that down just a little bit. But I really like that volume. And then let's see. All of these are good. It's just a matter of not bringing anything down. And then our melodies. Let's see here. One of these are melodies. These two. Okay, so I already did crescendo there. What about the bass? No, I didn't do crescendo with the bass. So let's do that. And then maybe a little bit on the velocities. Choir, I have crescendos. Okay, I think we got the gist. There's a one more little instrument I want to add, and I might be missing this throughout. So I'm gonna just listen here in different sections of the original recording. There's a lot of cool stuff happening here. I think I'm missing Dulcimer just throughout, and it's really doubling what the string ostinato is doing. Thank you, Kyodan, by the way. Appreciate that. So what I'm gonna do is anytime we have this, or let's see here. So that kind of stuff, that little ostinato, I'm gonna double that. Might as well just take this chunk, take it down to the dulcimer, and hopefully this is an easy thing. I thought I doubled. Let's see, did I delete the hammer? Whoa, okay, that's weird. It looks like oh no, I didn't delete it. I remember now. It's down here. This is doubling this little hit with the other strings. Okay, I'm confused. This is fine. So we have all this here. I'm gonna take the all this junk, take this down to the mod wheel of 0 or 1, I think 0, and let's see. And then I don't know if we need to double that part, just here. Although, maybe it's not engaged. So let's make sure we turn this on. Okay, let's go over here. Might be too low. Is that right? I'm not sure why this is not playing. Let's see here. Let's try a different dulcimer. Maybe the routing's all funky. If that's the case, if we can try a different one, let's see if this routing's better. Okay, so it's definitely it's in the right range. For some reason, this isn't routed correctly. So, if I can take a moment here to see what I'm doing wrong. So this is channel 7. And over here, this is channel 1. Well, maybe that's why. Let's see. Over here, channel 2. Weird. Okay, so let's look at my piano ensemble. Over on this side, I want to look at my dulcimer. Okay. Interesting. I never actually created an extra one, so that's something I need to do on my to-do list. Let's duplicate this. And give it a second. Sometimes it needs to like wake up. So we're going to duplicate this channel. This is 7. There you go. Okay, so now I should have that. I got to remember now to make doubles on each of these. Okay, so that's what happened. Let's go back here. Okay, we're going to pan this to the right just a tad. Even more. Okay, all right, so let's listen to how that jives with everything else. Okay, cool. It's a bit loud, so. Maybe we level this just across the board. It's weird. Some of these are really quiet, some of them loud. Okay. Also, the timing here is probably not onto the grid always, so we gotta fix. At least for this instrument, I'm gonna make this go on the grid. D D, and we should do triplets. Okay. Okay, I think that helps. Just an extra layer. Yeah, Kyodan, those are MIDI flags in the beginning. Yeah, that opens up the or it actually activates my channels on my piano ensemble. Okay, so the only other thing here was this is a doubling of the violin. So let's go ahead and add that in. Oh, come on. This is weird. Why? Oh, this is close mic. Okay, so let's bring up the close mic. Huh. I was drawing this like it was like a CC11 data, but this is just a close mic position. So this is kind of weird to do this. Generally, close mic position should just kind of linger in one place. So let's do that, and then we'll revisit this. So is this correct? It looks like we have this all drawn in. Okay, never mind. Okay, cool. Now we gotta revisit our percussion because there's something not so I don't know if it's volume or it's just nothing. It's not matching to the grandeur of everything else. So let's see. I might have brought everything down a little too much there. Let's see if I can bring some of the juice back up. All right, so that might be a little too much, but let's bring up some of those bass notes, like that stuff. Maybe we bring it up either here and also in here. Yeah, then now all of these are kind of funky. Let's see. Let's bring this down. Yeah, because the velocity really brings up these hits. It really snaps it. Gets it more snappy. It's cool. A little too much though. Anywho, it's a matter of adjusting some of this, and I keep hitting wrong buttons. So like every other time it's a bit much. And we just gotta add a little ending. Okay. There is also like a like almost like a shaker that I'm hearing. Man, if that's the case, I'm not sure if it's a shaker or like a rim or something like that. But if that's if it is a shaker, kind of makes it easy in some ways to do that. I'm curious how a shaker would sound. Let's put this in here. For some reason my button isn't working, so I have to activate. This is like kind of my backup. So let's see. It's really subtle, but at least here it would be kind of cool to maybe add a little shaker here. So like in triplet format, we go in stepwise. Let's see here. There he is. So we go something like that. Where is it? So maybe we tuck that in just a little bit. Okay. Let's go ahead and go crazy with that. All right, and then let's just solo that. Okay. Okay, and then let's go ahead and add some reverb. Let's do a auto pan. Not so wide. Huh, interesting. Let's see. Let's try that different speed. That's about right. It makes me wonder if shakers are in the beginning too. But it's kind of cool just to have it here. Okay. All right, and the last thing would be adding our little ending. So we have this little cool ethnic string sound that we're adding. Okay, and the last thing is this Dulcimer melody. Pretty sure it's a Dulcimer, and it just goes. Like that. Let's listen to the recording. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, on the fourth one you stop. Alright, so it's kind of a different tone, huh? That's okay. We'll play a little softer on the velocity. Oh man, I kind of need a metronome. But the metronome doesn't help, does it? I'll get it. That's the best I can do for now. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that triplet in there. Okay, this one will play a little soft, and here we go. There we go. All right. So there, I talked about adding a compressor, but if we can, maybe we just minimize some of this. Well, actually, I gotta go individually here. Minimize some of this. And we'll still put a compressor on, but I thought maybe the brass was still a bit much. Okay. Is this all? Let's take a quick pass with some mixing. Just first off, I mentioned putting a bus compressor on. So let's do that. I'm just going to still use headphones for a second. So we have our mix bus. And I'm looking over on my other screen. This is the mix bus over here. I have a SSL style master bus, G master bus compressor. And let's listen to the loudest part, which is probably here. Okay, so it went up like 2 dBs, right? So that's actually not a bad area for a threshold. I'm just gonna bring it down a little bit. So in orchestral music, I think 2 and 4 around there is good. You probably don't want to go 10. And then um, if you want a bit more pumpy action, this is a great setting, 30 and a short release time. I'm thinking maybe one of these two. Let's just listen to it with this first, and we'll go to a busy section like here. Okay, I'm gonna bring up the makeup gain just a bit. Okay, so that was on 0.3 or yeah, what was that? 300 milliseconds. This is 100 milliseconds. I kind of like this one a little more. I kind of like this more, as well as saying. So, if we were to do that, let's take a look at the ending one more time. Okay, good. I don't think I finished this. Let me listen to the end. I feel like it's still a bit empty at the end. There's probably something else happening. So there's like some weird pad sound, as you can hear. Let's add something similar. It could be just strings too, but it sounds very paddy there. So, what can we do? What can we do? Let's see what pads I have for now. Even though this isn't the right tone, this is a fantastic library. Photosynthesis from Audio Imperia, or you can get it there at least. And then you have some really cool ones. This one I think would work well with what's happening. It's kind of like a, it almost sounds like a dulcimer. It's a guitar, just going really fast. So maybe a little louder. Longacre, how are you, man? Needs more cowbell, he says. Let's see. And also, I feel like that dulcimer is a bit loud, so we'll bring it up. Okay, well, I don't know why that's happening. Some of these velocities probably need to go down just a bit. Cool. So that's one idea. We can supplement that with something else. I notice I don't have any timpani here. I feel like I'm doing it a disservice by not adding timpani. Oh man, but that's another thing to add. Let's see. Let's look at some sounds we can find in our other pads. I think this one would be interesting. Oh, let's open it first. And let's see. It's too synthy to me. It needs to have like some kind of delay. I don't think I have anything like that. This might be cool. Oh, actually, my button doesn't seem to be working, so I have to do this, and then let's look at this one. This one probably is more close to what we're looking for. So. Anywho, let's shape that just a little better. Bring that up just a bit. Okay. Cool. All right. Now, let's listen to all this on the big speakers and just see how that goes. Hey, Longacre, thank you, appreciate it. Okay, so I'm taking off my headphones. And then I'm going to switch it up over here. You might hear a click. All right, and then speakers are on. Let's just turn off this. Here we go. Let's listen to it. Oh, the big guns. Actually, let's actually keep this meter on. Oh, I'm talking, and I'm muted. I muted myself because the speakers bleed through. But yeah, you don't need to really hear me talk. All I was saying is I'm listening to strings, listening for some of those build-ups, and then also um, I'm gonna listen for the low end of that string now. So I'm going to add a sidechain compressor so that the buildup on the low end is kind of ducked down on maybe some of those drum hits. I decided to do it on the toms because it's not as frequent. So let's try that. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, so now the last few things is maybe listening for reverb and spacing. Also the mix bus here. We should look at some mastering ideas real quick. But yeah, we'll kind of do that at the same time. All right, couple other things. I like to add a mix bus. On the mix bus, I like to add a some kind of I forget what you call them, like saturation plugins. So you have this one. This one is a pretty good one, black box analog. I think on this one I might use something else. I think I'll use the Clariphonic. Who makes that? Kush Audio makes it. Clairiphonic's pretty cool. It really makes things just a little bit more airy. You can do a lot of things. It's like a equalizer, like a fancy equalizer. So I'll just kind of mess with that a little bit. My mic was on the whole time. Okay, I'll do one other thing, and this is the thing that a lot of people don't like, because it's almost like cheating. But I like adding this in as just sort of a just like kind of takes care of the guesswork of a lot of things. But you just play this at the loudest part on Ozone, and use a master assistant, and you just press play. As you can see here, it's adding probably some things I cut, which is funny enough, but well, I don't know if I cut around here as much, but it's saying it's lacking some of that, so I will go ahead and kind of just play back everything with some just open ears, and I'll put my volume down just a little bit. Let's listen to the whole thing and see how it goes. Okay. All right. So sounding good. I think we're just about done. Um, maybe the ending could just use another quick pass, but I'm pretty happy with the way it's turned out. Let's go ahead and just do some housekeeping. I'll go ahead and do one more playback, uh, even though we've heard it so many times. But we were doing it with some critical listening, and this time around we're just gonna listen for fun. I'm gonna also get rid of all the unused data that we don't need. Um, right here. For some reason, I have something here, so let's delete that. That's well, I'm actually curious what was there. Oh, look at that. Well, that's probably what I was hearing before. Something was funky with the cello, and that's probably what happened. So that sometimes happens. Okay. Um, real quick, at the very end, we have this pad thing that's happening. I feel like it kind of sounds a little dry the way it ends. Maybe you could use some, um, more tail or something. Let's see here. Yeah, so these are using the same sends. So maybe I could make the sends longer. I'll just go here, and this is a pad send, so I'll maybe go like that. Um, have that tailed out. Hopefully that helps. And then the other thing was, I think there's a delay on these guys. So what we could do is maybe on one of these we add a delay, and then two of those four we just add a little delay. I have a delay send. If you guys have the time, make your own template. Make sure you add a delay send as well as a reverb. It really helps. Let's see how that would sound. For some reason, I'm not hearing it. Okay, here we go. And this one, I'm not sure what it is. Is a ping pong? Oh, hello. Where did it go? Is it this one? Oh, okay. It was this one. So let me try that again. Okay. All I'm saying here is just add a delay. But let's look at what we're doing. So rather than a ping pong delay, let's make it a regular delay. Let's see. I think I have it here. So I just use this analog one and bring it up a bit. It's hard. I'm not sure how we can make that work. I think I have to do triplet. There you go. Yeah, I'm hearing it now. Okay, so we kind of have to do something like that throughout for that note and also something else. Let's see here. This already has it. It's just not as prevalent. Oh, it's okay. I don't have control of that one, but let's see here. Maybe this one. Okay, so let's put a delay on this one as well. I think that helps. Maybe bump it up in this area. I think that delay, it adds a little touch to that. Okay, so that's where we are right now. I'm going to go ahead and put my headphones back on, and let's just hear it now back to where I was with the headphones and see how that jives with that all. So let me just put that on. think I got out of it, so I gotta load this back in. Okay, here we go from the top. This is Game of Thrones. All right, cool. And that's Game of Thrones, y'all. Uh, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate. Hey, I didn't get to see Emperor of Cheese and say hi. Um, with everyone that's watching, just be sure to like this video if you haven't already. It really helps just with the visibility of my channel in general and any videos that come across that are like similar to this one. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. I will stream once a week. I try to do it every Thursdays. So if you guys are wanting to watch more, up to any suggestions as well. If you have any suggestions on what next to cover, I have a few things on the list that I have going on. So I'll decide and go from there. But hopefully I'll see you guys next week. We have one more week before Thanksgiving, right? So I can't do that Thursday. Definitely will try for next Thursday though. So until then, I'll see you guys. Take care. Have a nice weekend.